producer, also working alongside this gentleman in Austin, Texas.
And today, folks, we're going to talk a little bit about...
Well, we hope you're here to hear a little bit about Star Wars: The Old Republic. We've seen it at the right room. I was worried that we got it.
It's good news. Good news.
So let's start it off right.
Yeah.
All right, so what is Star Wars: The Old Republic?
Well, I'll tell you, man.
Go ahead.
It's in fact a story-driven, massively multiplayer online role-playing game set several thousand years before the movies and several hundred years after the events of the original Knights of the Old Republic.
Now, to me, that sounds like a really interesting time period.
It sounded like I may have said that before.
Yes.
Perhaps. I don't know if you guys have ever heard us say that. But yes, it is a very interesting time. Last year, we premiered our first CGI trailer entitled Deceived that showed the sacking of Coruscant, pivotal event in the prehistory of the game. Very, very cool stuff. I think people enjoyed that a little bit. And in fact, we showed it here at PAX. And made reference to the fact that there was a German version, which if you haven't looked for it and listened to it, it's awesome.
Und jetzt, euer Republik Fahrer.
But what we'd like to do now is we're going to dial back the knob on Star Wars history a little bit more. Again, events leading up to our game, and tell you why the Sith were so upset in the first place, why they destroyed that temple on Coruscant by showing you our new trailer for this year called Hope. Enjoy.
No, just leave it. It's not the trailer you're looking for. We'll film it. We're good.
For centuries, Alderaan stood as a beacon of hope in the Republic. But the Empire came. And with one savage strike, brought Alderaan to their knees. Now, time is running out, as few are left to face the enemy. For those that remain, there is but one choice. We must fight to victory or death for the Republic! While the sacrifices are heavy, we fight knowing that a single spark of courage can ignite the fires of hope and restore peace across the galaxy.
I think that is one crazy trooper.
I think that is a crazy trooper, in fact.
Now, there's a lot to love, I think, about that trailer, but specifically, let's talk about the elements that we see that really showcase why Star Wars The Old Republic is going to be a unique and compelling MMO experience.
Let's do that.
Okay, here we go.
All right,
So, first element I'd like to talk about, if you don't mind,
Please.
is the element of story. So obviously there's an incredibly compelling backstory to the game here. And as part of that, of course, we've talked about the fact that we are the first ever fully voiced MMO, which of course means that every class in the game, whether you play as a male or female character, and every quest giver, NPC in the game, all have full high-quality voice acting.
That's in fact true. Another thing you might have noticed is some heroic, action-packed, visceral Star Wars combat.
I felt it visceral.
In your viscera.
Yes.
That is where you felt it. That's what we're talking about here. In the game, we want you to feel heroic. We want the combat to feel like you were a hero from the beginning. So you'll be taking on multiple enemies. You're going to see lightsabers actually clashing. And we want you to make important decisions, tactical decisions, while you're fighting. To that end, we've also announced this is the first ever MMO with a cover combat system at the time we have here. So again, your choice in combat actually has impact.
And overall, the message that we've delivered is that Star Wars The Old Republic is about making emotionally compelling choices that really drive the story and the action of the game.
Have you heard us say that at all? That choice is important and that it drives the story and action of the game? Because we've said it a number of times.
We're going to back it up.
I think we are.
But what we're going to focus on today is we want to talk about and show you a lot about a new message, and that message is that we are truly an epic, massively multiplayer online game. Yes, we have an amazing BioWare LucasArts story, but in addition to that, we have all of the key elements that go into making a great, massively multiplayer experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So, in fact, to that end, I believe we are going to bring out a couple people on the stage here.
I think we should do that.
Let's do that.
You guys want to see a demo?
A little demo here.
So a little bit of setup here. What you're going to see is 4 of our Republic classes all teamed up on a Republic ship about to come under heavy attack by the Empire.
Absolutely. This is a flashpoint of the game. We've talked a little about them, but they are very highly tuned scenarios that you need to play through as a group, and you're going to see how all of these classes actually interact. So as we switch over, we're going to talk about the classes on display. First off,
go ahead.
First off, we have our Trooper class. We're actually showing you a little bit of advanced classing here. We've just